Welcome back everyone. I actually went ahead and installed iOS 15 on pretty much all the iPhones that I own. I think most of you probably know this by now, but I actually went and installed it on the iPhone SE, the first generation. And surprisingly, I have no idea why this is the case, but this iPhone has handled this software extremely well, even from the first beta that I installed on it. And even now, it's done a really good job at handling everything I've thrown at it on the iOS 15 beta and the official version. Now, what does this mean? Well, essentially, it's a two-part thing. First of all, even though it handled it pretty well, I still wouldn't recommend installing it, right now. I'd recommend waiting out until like iOS 15.0.1 or 15.1 or something like that, whatever you feel comfortable with. But do keep in mind right now, it's actually not in a bad situation. Now, first of all, looking through the whole entire UI, kind of swiping through things, everything like that seemed perfectly fine when I went ahead and actually, maneuvered through the software. And that was the first thing that I kind of looked at, were there a lot of glitches? Were there a lot of annoying things going on? And although obviously there's annoying things, there's some weird things going on here and there, it really wasn't that bad of an experience, which something like that really threw me off because even on my iPhone 6s and iPhone 7, I did have stability issues pretty much as soon as I booted up the phone, clicking the home button, different things like that. There were some weird things going on. With the iPhone SE, I really didn't get that, which was a really interesting thing without a doubt. Now, on top of that, the battery life was another thing I was expecting all these iPhones to kind of go down with, drastically. And even though I do think iOS 15 on the iPhone SE kind of went down, in terms of battery life, it didn't go down as much as I thought. And that's another really interesting thing. Now, it's definitely not as good as iOS 14, like I mentioned, but it's really not that bad. And I do think that's another pretty big thing to keep in mind. Now, on top of that, things like the future ability of this phone. I mean, this iPhone is one of the older iPhones supported with this software, and technically it is that bottom of the bottom chipset that is supported with the iOS 15 update. The Apple A9 chip is the lowest supported chipset besides the A8X, I guess, if you really want to go there. But on an iPhone, this is the lowest chipset, and I am getting a much smoother and much faster experience on the iPhone SE than on the iPhone 6s even. So like I mentioned, that is another extremely important thing to keep in mind with this specific device. It's definitely not perfect. I still wouldn't recommend installing iOS 15 right now, but as a whole and for the future of iOS 15, I think I'm pretty happy with it, and it's actually pretty surprising how good this phone is still holding up on iOS 15. And I've installed this, I think, on two different iPhone SEs that I have too, so it's one thing if it's on one device, but pretty much my whole entire experience on the main first generation iPhone SE that I've been getting, I know there's the second gen, the first one especially has been doing a really good job at handling iOS 15 as a whole. So that's pretty much it. I'm really happy about it so far. If you guys have any other questions or if you installed iOS 15 on your iPhone SE, I would love to hear your experience about it too. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.